Hello, this is lesson 28. This is Mrs. Ross, and this is lesson 28, starred problem. So let's go ahead and get into it. 5 volunteers collected bottles to be recycled. The number they collected were, and then we have the list. What was the average? So we know that the formula for average is equal to the sum over how many? So my sum is going to be 242 plus 236, 248, 268, 226. Okay, let me go ahead and get that on my calculator here really quick. Plus 236 plus 248 plus 268 plus 226. Okay, and I got 1220. And then how many I have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So this is going to be, my dog is barking. I don't know if you can hear him. Divided by 5. And I get 244. All right, Yori ran a mile in 5 minutes and 14 seconds. How many seconds did it take Yori to run a mile? So we know that there are 60 seconds in 1 minute. So to find out how many seconds are in 5 minutes, I'm going to multiply by what we call a unit multiplier. This means my minutes are going to cancel, and I'm going to end up with seconds. So 5 times 60 is 300. And then I have to add the 14 seconds that I have in the problem. So my answer is 314 seconds. Okay. Louisa bought a pair of pants for $24.95 and 3 blouses for $15.99 each. Altogether, how much did she spend? So this is a 2-step problem. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply 3 times $5.99 to see how much she spent on the blouses. Now a blouse is kind of an old-fashioned word for a shirt. My grandma used to call them blouses. And then I'm going to add what she spent for the pants, so plus $24.95. And total, she spent $72.92. Okay, list the first 6 multiples of 3. So multiples mean multiply. So 3 times 1, 3 times 2, 3 times 3, 3 times 4, 3 times 5, 3 times 6. Okay. And then the first 6 multiples of 4, same thing. 4 times 1, 4 times 2, 4 times 3, 4 times 4, 4 times 5, 4 times 6. And then it says, what is the lowest common multiple of 3 and 4? So that's the lowest number that they have in common. And that would be 12. And then it says, use prime factorization to find the least common multiple of 27 and 36. So let's go ahead and prime factor both of those numbers. So I have 3 and 9, 3 and 3. I have 36, which is 3 and 12, 2 and 6, 2 and 3. Okay, so let's go ahead and list these so we can see what we have in common. So 27 is 3 times 3 times 3, and 36 is 2 times 2 times 3 times 3. So we have this and this. So this is how we find the LCM. We take these, we take 2 times 2 times 3, and then we only count the ones they have in common once. So times 3 times 3. So our lowest common multiple is 2 times 2 is 4, times 3 is 12, times 3 is 36, times 3 is, I have 108. That's my answer for that one. All right. On the number line below, 283 is closest to what multiple of 10? So if this is 210, 220, 230, 240, 250, 260, 270, this is 280, 290, and 300. So it's going to be closest to 280. That's my multiple of 10. It's also going to be closer to 300. So the first question is asking, is it closer to 280 or 290? It's closer to 280. The second question is asking, is it closer to 200 or 300? It's closer to 300. Getting you ready for rounding, I think. All right, write 56 and 240 as products of prime numbers and then reduce. Lovely. Okay. So 56 is 7 and 8. 7 is prime. 8 is not. So there's my prime factorization of 56. I'm going to write that up here. 2 times 2 times 2 times 7 over, let me do 240 here. So 2 times 120, 2 times 60, 2 times 30, 5 times 6, 2 times 3, and I think that's it. So let me write that down. So let's see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 2s. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I have a 3 and a 5. 3, 5. Okay, let's see. And I'm reducing, so I'm going to cross these out. Let me change my colors. So this can go. And then I'm left with 7 on the top. 2 times 3 is 6, times 5 is 30, and that cannot be reduced any further. Okay, describe how to find the mean, which is also the word for average, of these numbers. Now, it doesn't ask me to actually find the mean, but I know that the formula for average is the sum over how many. So my sum would be 45 plus 36 plus 42, 29, 16, and 24. You go ahead and do that in my calculator. Plus 36 plus 42 plus 29 plus 16 plus 24. So I get, as my sum, I get 212. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 as my how many. Okay. Okay, and when I divide that out, I get kind of a long number. Always just give me 2 decimals, so I get 35.33. All right, let me change colors. It says arrange these numbers in order from least to greatest. So if I have a number line, just keep this in mind. This is 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is -1, this is -2. Over here is the least. Over here is the greatest. Okay, so the least number I have, is -1. So I'll cross that out. And then the next least number is going to be 0. And then I have, okay, so 11 over 10, this is actually 1 1/10. So just keep that in mind. So I think 1/10 is next, then 1, then 11 over 10. And it says, which of these numbers are odd integers? So integers are not fractions, not decimals. So there's only one, no, there's 2 odd. So -1 is an odd integer and 1 is an odd integer. Okay, let's change colors. I'm going to do this vertically because it makes more sense to me. That way you can do it however you want. But I'm going to have to borrow. So I'm going to borrow. So this is going to be 11 and 8/8. 8 minus 1 is 7/8. 11 minus 3, 11 minus 8 is 3. Getting ahead of myself there. Here I have to popcorn first. So 3 times 6 is 18. Plus, so this is 18 plus 2 is going to be, and it's all over 3. So we have 20 over 3 times 5 times 1 is 5, plus 1 is 6 all over 5, Now I'm just going to multiply it. You can reduce it ahead of time, which is great, but sometimes that's confusing. So 20 times 6 is 120. 3 times 5 is 15. I'm not sure if that goes in. Yeah, it does. Okay, so and if you divide that out, you get 8. Okay, let's see if it'll let me go to the next one. Hello. There we go. Okay, so this does not scare us. We're going to popcorn first. So 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3. So we have 3 over 2 squared, which is 3 over 2 times 3 over 2. 3 times 3 is 9 over 4. So we have 9/4 divided by, let's popcorn this, 2 times 7 is 14, plus 1 is 15 all over 2. Now I can keep change flip. So 9 over 4 times 2 over 15. I'm going to go ahead and reduce this before. So 2 goes into 4 one time, 3 goes into 9 3 times, and goes into 15 5 times. So I end up with 3 over 2 times 1 over 5, which gives me 3 over 10, and that's as far as that's going to go. Let me get some other colors here. Oh, I lost my, there it is. Okay. So here is 8 over 1, because that's how we can write a whole number, divided by 3 times 2 is 6, plus 2 is 8 over 3. Now I can keep change flip. 8 over 1 times 3 over 8. My 8s can cancel, and I end up with 3. Okay, let's see. So I have to do this first. So I'm going to keep change flip. 1/2 times 3 over 2 is going to give me 3/4. So I end up with 3/4 minus 3/4, which gives me 0. Oh, and that's it. All right, let me know if you have any questions.